Greetings. Hello again. This video is about your body, about being healthy and about taking the best care of it that we can. We spend a lot of time in our society worrying about how we look, but really the more important thing is how do we feel on the inside and what's really going on in the inside. My name is Brene Bradley, and I'm not a doctor or anything like that. These are just some practical things that I have put into place in my life to try to help keep my health as good as I possibly can. The Bible tells us that our body is a temple, but a lot of times we treat it like a garage. Like we put all kinds of junk in there, fill it up with stuff until it's just one big mess. So we only get one body, so therefore we need to take care of that body as best we can without becoming obsessive about it, but to the best of our ability. So my videos are normally about 10 minutes, but this one may be a little bit longer because there's kind of a lot of things that I want to tell you. And so we'll just see how it turns out. Now, a lot of this stuff, if you're one of my close friends, you hear me talk about this stuff all the time. But hopefully my video viewers will become my best friends and will also take heed to some of these great ideas that I've accumulated over time. So I do want to say that whenever you try to do anything new with your body, with your health, you need to check with your doctor first. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's body does not respond to things the same way. So I don't want anybody to get in any trouble, and I certainly don't want to get into any trouble myself. So check with your doctor before you start anything new. So I'm going to go from the head to the toe and talk about the various parts of our body and what I do personally to take care of mine. Now, these are all things that I actually do myself. I'm not going to tell you about something that I'm not currently doing or have been doing for a time and have actually found some benefits. So I'm going to start with the brain. I believe in supplements. A lot of people don't, but I do. I recognize that I do not always eat right. I don't always eat all of the foods that have all the nutrients in them. And if you listen to the news and you read articles, you'll see that the soil is depleted and so forth and so on. So I definitely believe in supplements. So for my brain, I take omega-3s. I take about 1,200 milligrams every day of omega-3s. It's very good for your brain. And as we all know, a brain is a terrible thing to waste. So for my eyes, my ophthalmologist told me, this was a long time ago, to always wear sunglasses, even when the weather is not good. And as you get older, your eyes are much more sensitive to the UV rays in the sun. So wear your sunglasses, even when it's raining outside, to protect your eyes. Now, I like fashionable things. You wouldn't know that by my t-shirt today, but I like fashionable things, but I do not pay a lot of money for sunglasses. I go to Ross or Marshall's, pay $10 for really cute sunglasses because I'm always losing them or scratching them up. Next, teeth. Now, I didn't have braces. I don't have velours. I don't have these great teeth, but they are mine. All of them are mine. And my dentist said that your teeth should be able to last a lifetime. Now, for some of us, it might be a little bit too late for that, but let's do the best we can. So one of the things that I do, according to my hygienist, which is a really good thing, and that is daily flossing. Like every day I floss every tooth area. Whether I need it or not, whether I feel like something's in my teeth or not, I do that. And it is really helpful because I have deep pockets and it really helps to keep my teeth areas really clean and my gums healthy. I have sensitive teeth, so I use a sensitive toothpaste, but also my dentist told me about ACT Restoring mouthwash for people with sensitive teeth. That stuff really works. It has been so helpful so that my mouth and my teeth don't feel sensitive all the time the way they used to. And then I get my teeth professionally cleaned 3 or 4 times a year. Now, most people do once a year, twice a year. But again, because I have the deep pockets, I try to get my teeth cleaned a little bit more than that. Because my goal is to be buried with my real teeth. And I'm going to do the best that I can to make that so. Next, the most important organ in the body. You absolutely cannot do without it, and that's your heart. So many of us have different kinds of little heart diseases or heart conditions as we get older. So the first thing I want to say about the heart is take your medicine. If your doctor has you on any kind of medicine for heart disease, for high blood pressure, for diabetes, or anything, you need to take cholesterol, you need to take your medicine. Do not play with this. I've had people very close to me to have strokes, to have go into diabetic coma. You want to take your medicine as you have been prescribed. So that's the very first thing. But also for the heart, it needs exercise. It's a muscle. So if you can do some kind of cardio exercise at least 3 times a week for about 30 minutes, that will be very helpful. You can just start with slow walking. You don't have to buy a gym membership. You can go outside. You can walk around your house. You can decide to go to the store and just walk around the parking lot. But getting some exercise for your heart is extremely important when it comes to heart health. Again, omega-3, very good for your heart. Also, CoQ10 is another supplement. It's good for your heart. Do your research, look these things up, and see how they might benefit you. Now, your bones. A lot of people take calcium. I don't really take calcium because it does some things to my digestive system. But what I do take is vitamin D3. I take 500 international units of vitamin D every day. It's good for my bones and it's good for my overall cellular health and my immune system. I heard about this from a doctor friend of mine who said that particularly with African Americans, vitamin D is very important and we often are deficient in vitamin D. He told me that the sun causes the body to produce vitamin D, and because of the melanin in our skin, we don't get as much of those sun rays, and so we often have a deficit in that area. And it's really, really important so that your body can bounce back from illnesses. Even injury is important for your immune system to be working at an optimal level. So that good old vitamin D, I know all my friends are tired of hearing about it, but vitamin D is very important. Now, here's one that once you get of a certain age, I hear more and more people talking about this, and this is your joints. So a few years ago, I started to experience back pain, especially when I would wake up in the morning. And so I thought it was my mattress. So last year, I purchased a new mattress. A couple of years before that, I had purchased a new mattress. I thought it was just the type of mattress was really giving me backaches. But then I started to notice that it wasn't just in the morning, and it was getting worse and worse. I happened to mention it to one of my girlfriends at church, and she told me about, it's called Relief Formula. Relief Formula. It has turmeric and some other natural ingredients in it. My doctor also told me to look into turmeric specifically, but let me tell you, I started to take 2 of these Relief Formula a day, and I started with 2 in the morning and 2 at night. And I cannot tell you, that stuff works so fast. After a couple of days, my body felt brand new and has continued to feel that way since I've been taking it. So if you have any kind of joint pain, arthritis, anything like that, I encourage you to check with your doctor first, but then try that Relief Formula. You can get all of this at herb stores and on the internet and things like that. Another good thing for your joints is exercise again, but this type of exercise is weight-bearing exercise. So with weights or with tension to help build your muscles, because when your muscles are strong, it helps to support your frame, your joints, your muscles, and all of that. So make sure that exercise that we don't figure out exactly how we can fit it into our day, find a way. For me, I go first thing in the morning on my way to work. The gym that I belong to, only $10 a day. I won't say the name because I am not promoting that particular gym. But it's right on my way to work. I get up a little bit earlier. I take all my clothes for work and all of my little toiletry bag like I'm going someplace overnight. I go to the gym, I work out, I take a shower, change my clothes, go right to work, and that really works for me. For some people, it's in the afternoon. For some people, however you have to make it work, during your lunchtime, whenever you can get in that at least 30 minutes, it's really important that you do that. And then another thing that I take for overall energy, just energy in general, and you may not need this, but I take B12. B12. And it doesn't matter who it is, what brand you take, but it is important that you get a good quality. I don't buy mine from grocery stores. I go to a health food store or a vitamin store, and I talk to the person who works there so that I can find out what's the best brands, and then I go from there. But of B12, I take 1,000 mcgs. I think that's whatever that is. I take that every day so that I can have energy throughout my day. I have a long day, and I like to feel energetic during my day. I don't like to feel all sluggish. So those are just the things from the top of my head all the way through my body that I take to try to stay feeling good. And I'm telling you, I'm over 60 years old and I feel great. And I attribute it to these things that I'm telling you, besides good genes too, but these things that I'm telling you about that I've been using for the last several years. But I do want to point out one more thing that is the biggest killer of them all. We talked a little bit about heart disease. We mentioned diabetes. We mentioned those kinds of things. But one of the biggest killers is stress. Stress will kill you. It will create a disease, start a disease, help you develop a disease. And if you have anything already, stress will make it worse. Stress will make high blood pressure worse. Stress will put you in a position to have a stroke, to make you have, there's some research that says cancers can be sort of ignited by stress. Stress is a big killer. So whatever helps you to distress, you need to do that. Here's just a couple of things that, and this is not new to some of you. Everybody talks about these things. You want to eat right as much as you can. If you can't eat all the right nutrients, there's always supplements. You want to get enough sleep. You want to drink water more than you drink other liquids. So you want to get whatever the ounces are you're supposed to have a day. You can look that up for you personally. You can meditate. And sometimes those of us think, oh, that's, that Middle Eastern stuff. And no, meditation is just being able to quiet your mind for a period of time and train your mind not to be racing all the time. There's all kinds of books and videos and YouTube about meditation. I'll let you look into that. Massages. Those are very, very helpful with just relaxation and getting you to just be able to sort of rejuvenate yourself. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can get coupons online. If you're a friend of mine, you can let me know. I know a couple of really good places where you can get massages. Exercise we talked about, hobbies, just those things that sort of let you relax. And sometimes you have to get people out of your life that are causing you extra stress. I'm not supporting divorce or anything like that, but we'll talk about that in another whole video. So people can cause stress and you want to try to manage that as well. Last but not least, for your overall well-being and health, I want to just put this one in here, and that's prayer. Everything is made better with prayer. That most things in life you cannot totally control on your own. You can do the best that you can to do the best that you can. But whatever you can't, God can. So I want to always encourage people to make prayer a regular part of their life. Well, I know that was a lot. It went a little over the 10 minutes, but you are worth every minute of it. Take care. See you next time.